Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my subscribers on YouTube, peeps on Facebook, everybody at House of Nerdum, and every NFL fan around the world watching this. It is the DOUG here once again for his Week 2 picks. That is right, we are now officially entering Week 2, which of course starts this Thursday night on CBS, when we head to Baltimore to see the Steelers and the Ravens. But before we get to that game, let's go over a quick recap of what happened in Week 1. Boop, 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 boop. We started Week 1 on Thursday night, September 4th, and the Seattle Seahawks showed why they are the defending Super Bowl champions as they beat the holy hell out of the Packers 36-16. Green Bay's defense did not show up. Neither did the offense somewhat as well. On Sunday, I was hoping my Cowboys would do very well. Unfortunately, 4 first-half turnovers sealed their fate as the Niners would beat them 28-17. Over in Atlanta, the New Orleans Saints, who were about to think they were going to escape Atlanta with a W, instead lose the game in overtime thanks to Matt Ryan and the field goal kicker for the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons win 37-34. In St. Louis, we saw a murder, death, kill, a raping, and anything else you can use to coin when thinking of the Vikings. Vikings win the game 34-6, and Rams, you get my most disappointing team because you are the only team, well, excluding one other, who did not get into double digits. Congratulations. Moving on to Pittsburgh, the Steelers got to scale their life as Cleveland was about to make the comeback, but Big Ben was able to hold him off and get the win near the end of the fourth. Steelers win 30-27. Over in Philadelphia, the Eagles got a scare in the first half as the Jaguars were destroying them. Unfortunately, in the second half, the Eagles woke the fuck up and would come back and win the game 34-17. The Eagles, I'm going to say this, if it wasn't for the fact that if you were facing a better team, you probably would have lost that game, so be thankful you were facing the Jaguars. Jets going up against Oakland. Oakland looked kind of good, but in the fourth quarter choked. Steelers would win the game. Not the Steelers. I just botched. The Jets would win the game in the fourth quarter, winning 19-14. Over in Baltimore, Cincinnati, who, by the way, Andy Dalton's never won in Baltimore till now, as he gets his first win in Baltimore, winning the game 23-16. You can thank Green, who got a late TD in the fourth quarter to win the game. Monster Energy drink. Great way to start the morning. Over in Chicago, what looks like an easy win for the Chicago Bears would end up them being the ultimate choke artist of the week, losing to the Bills 23-20. I do say congratulations to the Buffalo Bills, though, for getting the upset win. As far as for Chicago, you win my title of choke artist of the week. So congratulations, you choked bad. Moving back to Texas, the Houston Texans, with that great defense of theirs once again, it looks like, defeat the Redskins 17-6. Redskins did not look good in that game at all. Granted, I will say this, I'm not sold on the Texas offense yet, but still, congratulations to J.J. Watt on just showing why he's a beast. Unfortunately, it looks like the Houston Texans' first round pick from this year will be out for at least 4 to 6 weeks. Heading to Kansas City thought they were going to get an easy game with the Titans, but instead, Titans get an upset victory over the Chiefs 26-10. Moving on to Miami, what everyone thought in the free ward, the Patriots are going to get an easy win. Instead, Miami not only dominates the second half, but beat the Pats 33-20, giving Tom Brady something he's never had before. Dead last in the division, as he is in the bottom. North Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Looked like the Buccaneers were going to win this game when it was announced that Cam Newton was not going to be in the game. However, Anderson, who, remember, a few years ago was actually a Pro Bowl quarterback when Cleveland had their one good year, he would lead the team to victory with 2 touchdowns as the Panthers win 20-14. On Sunday night, the Broncos almost got as scared as the Colts almost tried to come back and win this game, but unfortunately, Broncos hold on for the win 31-24 in what was a great game to kick off Sunday Night Football. And last night, The Giants showed why they are that they are in trouble. After Eli Manning not only threw 2 picks, but the offensive line for the Giants sucks. Hopefully they can get it fixed for week 2, but the Lions would win the game 35-14 thanks to Matt Stafford, Bell, and Johnson. And then last night we thought San Diego was finally going to be able to win a Monday night game in the opener, but guess what, folks? They were also on my ornament choke artist of the year because of the week, because they not only did it last night losing by a point to Arizona, they did it last year to the Houston Texans when the Texans made the comeback, which shocked everybody. And oh, by the way, anybody remember 2012? Guess what? That was the last time San Diego actually won a Monday night game. So congratulations to them on that. But this is 2014. They failed, and they get my choke artist of the week as well because they should have had that game and they blew it. As far as the best upset team and most surprising victory, I got to go with the Dolphins on that one, week 1. They did something I didn't think they could do, so congratulations to Miami on that one. And of course, the team that looked worst in a win has to go to Pittsburgh. You know, yes, I know wins are never bad, but you almost blew it against Cleveland. So keep that in mind. As far as for the worst team who lost, you got to go with the Rams this week as they got killed. So moving on to week 2. By the way, in week 1 I went 10-6. Not bad at all. My fantasy teams, unfortunately, out of the 4, only won 1 fantasy match. Not good. But now we're heading into week number 2. So here we go. Pittsburgh Steelers travel to Baltimore, Maryland to take on the Ravens. Yeah, I am not taking the Steelers. I'm kidding. I'm taking the Steelers on this one. It's a short week. You know, and then of course yesterday Baltimore released Ray Wright, you know, the running back, which I agree with. Unfortunately, the problem is now that's all everyone's going to be talking about. I think it's going to be a distraction for this week. So I think Steelers will win in Baltimore. For the Ravens, I'm sure they're going to have to try to figure out now who's going to be the running back. Because I'm sure before yesterday, they had an idea that we know who was going to be the running back from week 3 on. But now that he's gone, it's going to be interesting to see what the Ravens do at the running back position. Who knows? It could be a revolving door. Moving on to the Sunday games, by the way, the Steelers and Ravens you can watch on CBS on Thursday night. We head to Buffalo as the Dolphins take on the Bills. Winner of this game will be first place. There's something you didn't think you would say between these two for a little while. Both teams are a surprise win last week, but with that being said, I am taking the Miami Dolphins on the road to beat Buffalo. You know, Buffalo, like I said, when I'm not recording, it would be a great Cinderella story. And by the way, just in case if you did not hear it last night, if you fell asleep, it looks like the Buffalo Sabres owner will most likely be buying the Buffalo Bills, so the Bills will be staying in Buffalo. If that does get done this week, that is great news for the Bills, but I think Miami will still win this one, so great news, but I still think they get a loss. Moving on to Washington, the Redskins, after getting destroyed by the Texans, take on a Jaguars team who we don't know who they really are. After dominating in the first half against the Eagles, they choked in the second half badly. You know what, though? I think this is in one of the games this week that's a coin flip. It's going to be hard to predict a winner on this one. I'm going with the Redskins. I think RG3 bounces back. I will say this, though. The Redskins lose to the Jaguars. That would be an utter embarrassment to the Redskins. And if you don't like the fact I'm saying the Redskins, go yourself. Moving on, we head to Nashville, Tennessee, home of the King, Elvis Presley, and Double J, Jeff Jarrett, as the Titans will be taking on my Dallas Cowboys. You know my thing. I always pick my team to win, so I am taking my Cowboys to win on the road. Dallas. If you play like you did in the first half in this game, you will lose again. So Tony Romo, whatever the fuck happened in week 1, you need to put it aside, forget about it, concentrate on this week. Because I will say this right now, if you go 0-2 and it's because of you, Tony, you will be a dead man walking in the state of Texas as far as the fans concerned. And I will also say this, you start 0-2, I don't think Jason Garrett may be around as a Cowboy head coach after the season's over. Because Jerry may have to do something he may not want. And that's listen to us this year for a change. We will see, though. I still love my team, though, but they do give me a reason to drink on Sundays. Moving on, head to New York City! As the Arizona Cardinals, after coming back in on a Monday night game, will take on the Giants, who got killed last night. And I unfortunately think the Giants streak will continue of getting killed. I am taking the Cardinals on this one. While yes, Arizona only won by a point, at least they looked better offensively and defensively than the Giants did. If the Giants lose this one, oh boy, Eli's never going to hear the end of it. You know, and I know it's a new system, new offensive line, but come on, Eli's a two-time Super Bowl champion. He should have not played as bad as he did last night, in my humble opinion. So that's that. Moving on, we head to Minnesota, as the Vikings will be saying hello to the New England Patriots. Now, Vikings, you know, yes, you did get a great win over the Rams. The Rams are not the New England Patriots. You are not going to get an easy game here. I am taking the Patriots once again. I think they do bounce back. Unless Adrian Peterson has the best game of his life, you know. And the Vikings defense steps up big. Because this ain't the Rams are playing this week. Now we head to Cleveland. Yeah, I'm taking the Saints, everybody. I'm sorry. I know everyone's probably not shocked by this, but Cleveland sucks. Okay, and the best thing I can say, why? Look at week 1. They had an opportunity to get the biggest upset of week 1, and they choked. Not as bad as the Bears did, but they choked. Saints will win this game very easily and bounce back. Moving on, we head to Cincinnati in what I am calling the coin flip game. It is the Bengals taking on the Falcons. This one to me was probably my hardest pick. So because of the fact of this, both offenses are good and their defense are not bad. So it really depends on your preference. And I'm going to take Cincinnati on this one only because of the fact of this. They're at home. I like both Andy Dalton and Matt Ryan. Both of them are great quarterbacks. I just like the receiving core and the running game a little better for Cincinnati. And I like Cincinnati's defense a whole of a lot better. So Bengals, you should win this game, I hope. I would not be surprised if you do lose, however. So like I said, this is my coin flip game for me. Anybody can win this one. Moving on, we head to North Carolina as the Lions, after destroying the Giants, will be heading to take on the Panthers. Now, Cam Newton is reportedly supposed to be playing in this one. Now, you didn't need him in week 1. And with the way the Lions defense plays, yeah, I would not play Cam Newton this week. I'm taking the trade on this one. Lions defense is going to kill North Carolina. If Cam Newton wins this one, I think that'd be kind of an upset. Simply because of how simply because of the fact of, and like somebody pointed out in my comments in week 1, and I will agree with him on this. You know, his team did lose, but I will agree with him on this. Cam Newton has a bunch of new receivers. I don't know if he's had enough time to gel with them, to mesh, to get to know him and all that crap. So I think Lions defense have a field day. Moving on, we head back to Tampa Bay as okay, I'm taking the Bucs. I'm sorry. I'm not going to even finish this one. Okay, I'm sorry. The Rams suck. They suck with a capital S. They suck more than a porn star does, alright? I'm sorry. I know my buddy Gray, and I know my buddy Captain Ron. They're probably not liking me saying this, but the Rams stink. Alright? They got a quarterback who apparently sucks. Your defense, who everyone was like, oh, they got a tough defense. Look at the division they're in. Your defense choked badly then. I'm taking the Bucs. Bucs get a very easy bounce back win here. If they lose to the Rams, if the Bucs lose to the Rams and I'm Lovie Smith, I would be slapping every one of my players saying, how fucking retarded are we? Because you should not lose to the Rams this week. Rams are not good right now. After that destroyed in the hometown, in week 1. My opinions here, folks. You don't have to like it, but you got to respect it. Moving on, we head to San Diego. Stay classy. As it is the Seahawks, the defending champions, coming to San Diego. Now, we just saw San Diego choke last night. And we saw Seattle destroy Green Bay. Yeah, San Diego. In the words of Wade Barrett, I got some bad news for you. I am taking the Seahawks on this one. Great defense here. I think Seattle's offense is going to have a field day. The Seahawks defense, though, will win this game for them. I do think it's going to be a shootout, but Seahawks defense step up in the end. Moving on, we head to Oakland as the Texans come to face the Raiders of Oakland. I'm taking the Texans on this one. You know, Raiders, you didn't do too bad against the Jets, but you're playing, in my humble opinion, a better defensive team in Houston, so I got to take J.J. Watt and that defense. Now, no, Raiders, you do have a shot to win here. I don't trust the quarterback for Houston. If you can find a way to make him play like crap, you can win this game. But if you can't, well, Houston will win this one. I'm taking the Texans, so like I said, on their defense. Moving on, we head to Green Bay as the New York Jets travel to take on the Packers. Now, of course, Packers looked very disappointing in that loss against Seattle. Jets barely get by the Raiders here. Now, I'm taking the Packers on this one. I think they bounce back. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to start 0-2. Granted, I'm worried about that defense. That Packers defense does not look good in week 1. If their defense plays bad, Jets will win this game. And that's a fact. I'm sorry. This game totally comes down to what the Packers defense can do. Because the Packers offense, hey, Aaron Rodgers, great. They got a decent run game. Great. It's the defense I question. Hopefully, for the Packers, the defense shows up, or, yeah, Jets will win this one in an upset. Moving on, we head to Kansas. We head to Denver as Kansas City goes from playing the Titans to playing the Broncos. Yeah, I'm taking Denver on this one, folks. They're at home again. Chiefs, I'm sorry. I'm not. Last week I picked the Colts to beat the Broncos. It almost happened. There is no way you're coming as close as the Colts did. I'm sorry, Chiefs. You played like shit against the Titans, in my humble opinion, when I went back to watch the film. Broncos win this one. Could be with very ease if you have any Broncos players, from quarterback, running back, receivers, field goal kicker, defense, head coach, the cheerleaders, the mascot. Put them in your fantasy team, because they're probably going to have a field day. Moving on to the Sunday night game, the Chicago Bears travel to San Francisco as the Niners open up their new stadium. Now, of course, the Niners won their game against my Cowboys after their defense, who had been questionable in the preseason, got 4 turnovers to win that game. The playing team in Chicago who became the choke artist against the Bills. And I am taking the 49ers at home. New stadium, coming off a big win over Dallas. Bears are coming off a disappointing loss. I think Niners win this game. And I will say this, though. If they lose in their new stadium, that would be funny as shit. But I'm taking the Niners on this one. There's no way they should lose to the Bears. No way. No way. That's my lock of the week, folks. Niners win. Moving on to the Monday night game. Philadelphia travels to Indianapolis. Now, like I said earlier, if the Eagles were playing a better team, they would have lost that game to the Jaguars. If it was anybody else. Indianapolis came so close to the comeback last week. So close. I think this time, though, they get the win. I have the Colts beating the Eagles. Should be a great Monday night game. Definitely better than the Lions and Giants. Definitely looking forward to this Monday night game. I will be flipping it back and forth with WWE Raw. But I'm taking the Colts on this one. Should be a great game. I'm sure a lot of the Eagle fans are probably going to send me hate mail after they see this video. But like I said, I got to take the Colts. They almost got to come back. I think they'll win this time. I love the offense. Love Andrew Luck. I know he's going to win a Super Bowl. Before RG3 at this point. So just as a recap, I have Steelers, Dolphins, Redskins, Cowboys, Cardinals, the Patriots, the Saints, Bengals, Lions, the Buccaneers, the Seahawks, the Texans, the Packers, the Broncos, the 49ers, and the Indianapolis Colts getting a win this week. Let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree with my picks? And until next time, this is the DOUG signing off saying good luck to your teams in week 2 of the NFL season, and I will see you for either A, more Let's Plays, or B, week 3 of my picks. So have a good Tuesday, and goodbye, everybody. Woo!